Good day, everybody. Hope you're doing all right. It's time for the Rustor rotation. Well, I mean, this is like the pre-talk, if you know what I mean. Of course, usually we just kind of sit here and wait for the actual new skins to appear, but not currently seeing anything at the moment. But we can discuss what we potentially are expecting. So, as you might know, there was a new top picks that was made earlier this week. And, of course, I also made my list of all the newest skins that appeared over the past weekend. So, what we've discussed is we feel like there's a very good chance we might see the likes of the Abyss Tier 2 appearing today, or maybe a brand new set maybe getting started. Also today we should be expecting a bigger Rustor. At least 10 skins, I'd reckon. There is supposed to be a test period that Facepunch wanted to try out, where we're going to have a bigger Rustor for a good few weeks. They want to see how many sales happen, they want to see if the interest is there, see if the skin creators are happy with it. So we aren't really sure what's going to appear, but we are interested. So could we also potentially see some random late picks? What does this mean? So you know we just had complete the sets and most wanted, basically a bunch of skins that were submitted a long time ago that were accepted. Will we still see a random one or two skins from a long time ago being accepted? Will that be a thing that we see this week and next week? You know, the final weeks of the August Rustor rotations. So take that into consideration. Also, we have the abnormals here real quickly. Why don't we just go take a quick look at how the support is for each of the skins? And as you can see, Berserker Cloak Jacket has builders going above $3.50 now. Guys, honestly, if you wanted to just go do a nice sneaky extra purchase of these, probably couldn't hurt. It's already gone over 40,000 sales. We'll probably never see another jacket skin like this, let alone a clothing skin with that much transparency. So if you really were looking for something to buy, this does look like it will be retaining its value at the very least. And as time goes on, it'll probably only do a little bit better than that, or maybe more. You never know. But I am thinking we might see Twitch drops potentially like this in the future. Also, we have the likes of the Chameleon Thompson, our $2.49 skin, and as you can see, that's now going all the way up to $2.50 now. Bulk of it seems to end about $2.20. However, a nice and shiny Thompson. Lots of people do like that. And we are aware, Emilio Frito, one of the most successful skin creators, is continuing it. He's made a version 2 of the AK-47. Will we see a brand new Chameleon collection being made from here and now? I think a lot of people would greatly appreciate that potentially being accepted. A nice complementary counterpart to the Tempered collection, which of course Emilio Frito also made. So things are looking nice and interesting for that. So things potentially might lead to this going up in price in the future. Maybe you want to consider doing a purchase in this. We also have the likes of the Adobe Garage door. We are aware that a single sheet metal door was made earlier this week, submitted by Bisna Vlek, and well, at the moment this doesn't seem to be holding its value. $2.49, buy orders end at $1.50ish. Bit awkward, but if we do see that sheet metal door being accepted, will things improve? It's actually still questionable, because this kind of directly only works well with the Adobe building skin. So do you know what? If we ever see a discount on the building skins, I do think you might see a increase in demand for likes of these Adobe deplorables, because if Adobe building skins suddenly goes like 50% off, a lot more people would probably want to buy it, and therefore a lot more people would probably feel the incentive to buy out some of these Adobe deplorables. It's up to you, but I don't know if that would ever happen, but it's definitely something to consider. This also didn't sell that much. It's the lowest selling garage door skin of this year. Then we're going to talk about the likes of the pump shotgun. So, yep, this has buy orders going all the way up to about $2, but it kind of like basically ends at about $1.50 here. The bulk of it seems to be around $1 plus. But yeah, we're just not super convinced with the likes of pump shotgun skins. We're not sure if we're going to be seeing any more of them. But then all the new ones aren't exactly doing super great. It's awkward. Anyway, it doesn't look like it's going to be retaining its value. But it doesn't feel like there's that many that were bought either. Again, look at the sales here. This only did 12,000 sales. This only did 12,500 sales. Yeah, maybe these two might work out very nicely in the future, purely based on the fact that hardly any of them were sold. Or think of it more like not that many people bought these in excess with the pure intent to sell. It's probably more akin to genuine demand. So we shall see. And then we have the banana leaf poncho, and this one's awkward because it sells for $2.49 in a Rust store, but it has a direct competitor that is the fish poncho, and fish poncho right now is selling for like $1.60. So why would you want to buy this for $2.50? But we are aware that the skin creators for this do intend to submit some continuations of this. Maybe we'll see banana leaf burlap or banana leaf hide. We're not 100% sure what we're going to see, but we are expecting it. So if that is made and accepted, we can expect spikes in demand and spikes in price. But as of now, at the $2.49 price that it is, the bulk of the barders ends at around $1.40. It doesn't look like it's going to retain its value. But if we do see continuations, of course it's going to go up in price. A lot of us thought, yeah, maybe that could be the nice green primitive clothing that we're looking for. But at the moment, it just doesn't seem like the demand was really there. So those are all the abnormals. We of course did our abnormal barders last night. If I were to go over to here, I mean, well, that was my waffle bunny. Yeah. I meant to go over to here. That was just my Twitter announcement. Feel free to follow my Twitter if you want. It's links in the description. Yes, I do post stupid animal things for my announcements of streams. So yeah, abnormal barders were last night. We went through all of this. We figured out prices. We know what prices for what we want to offer for the regular skins that will become marketable when the Rust store rotates. And yeah, I had a weird problem last night when I was doing my buy order. It forgot some of the details in the buy order details, you know, when it asks for stuff. So that delayed me. But what we did see was like 4,500 buy orders instantly on the likes of the Cloak and 2,000 plus buy orders instantly on the Chameleon Thompson. So these two definitely look like they have very good demand. This is why I suggested to you, it really does look like if you wanted to buy something this week, these are the two things to look at. But what we also need to be aware of, and this applies to everybody, especially everyone here, if you've been doing buy orders for the past, I don't know, few months, you need to look at your recent buy orders, and you need to go and see if the prices that you're offering are potentially too much. Because I did upload this video a good few days ago, and at the very end of this video, because yes, of course, I do have chapters, check your current buy orders. Let's just go to here. Basically, I noticed I had like a random purchase for the Cybercode Thompson. Turns out I'm the highest buy order there, and I don't really want to be the one picking all of these up at that high of a price, because I realised below me there was quite a big gap between me and the next guy that had a pretty big fat stack of buy orders. So what you've got to understand is September, October, November, we tend to see big dips in prices. This is normal, it's routine, it happens every single year. It's mainly based on the fact that we see the player count go down, which we can probably go take a look at right now. So at the moment, there's about 100,000 people playing, but routinely, every year, you do see, as we hit around September, October, November, no, go away, privacy, we do see the player counts go down, and therefore, with less people playing, less demand for the skins, lower skin prices. It's not too hard to figure out that formula. So by default, you should be aware that quite a lot of the skin prices are going to start suffering. Also, with the likes of CS2, Counter-Strike 2 potentially on the horizon, we very likely will be seeing a lot of people focusing that, and Rust potentially being the neglected child of the family, and the skins potentially being more sold rather than bought, and therefore prices go down as well. But of course, we do have Christmas on the horizon, so start considering investing towards the likes of Christmas related and themed skins. When we hit December, all of them just go so yeah, consider doing that. So yeah, it's just a case of waiting for that Rust rotation now. Now I'm going to quickly read what you've been saying. What do you think about the Berserker Cloak price right now? Honestly, with the amount that have been bought, I get the feeling it might be dabbling around its $3.50 price. It might go up a little bit, it might go down a little bit. But as time goes on, I really do feel like the Berserker Cloak is going to be treated as a special skin that people very likely will be desiring. What I was alluding to earlier, Christmas, you should also be aware of post-Christmas. When we get to that like period of time where it's like December 20th, you know, you're not really at school that much, and then you kind of stop for a while, college people as well. After Christmas, some people probably aren't working as much, you know, in the lead up to New Year's and whatnot. Loads of people have a lot of spare time. I call this post-Christmas. And with that spare time, they're not going to spend time with their families. No, they're going to play Rust. And that's why we saw a very nice spike in player count around January time, because people feel committed to keep playing Rust when they're in the groove and the mood for it. And then yeah, we see all prices go up, and therefore when we see a lot of returning people play the game and see this, I think a lot of people are going to be very impressed with this Transparency on a jacket? That's amazing. I'll buy 100. But yeah, by default, we tend to see all skins go up in price as we hit around January time. So yeah, it's not too far away now, guys. It's literally about 3 months away. And you do tend to notice prices start to go up as we kind of leave November. December, it's pretty good, but it's mainly good for Christmas. But of course, at the end of December, everything go up. So yeah. Okay, so does anybody else have any questions? Is anything else on your mind? I smell the money. I smell the money too. I am expecting a lot of sales to happen. Last year, I did $20,000 worth of sales for Ruskins. That's not profit, it's sales. I don't know how much profit I made. All I know is I made good profit, and I keep buying more things, and I keep making more good profit. And I'm trying to teach all of you all about that, and hope you're doing it just as much as me. So, yeah. So I think we've basically covered pretty much everything. All we can do now is keep an eye on this. I'll pass this over to you. This is the Rust Workshop Accepted section. We tend to see the newest skins appear all here first. And then, yeah, that's when we start attacking. Because if we do see a continuation of a set today, you know, you got to be the first person to jump onto the Steam market and put some bilders down and whatnot. The usual. Weapons are trash or super long term. 3 pages in SCMM. Before you had like 2023 KSAR at 43% with the exception of the E-Class, obviously. That's kind of a different kettle of fish. Well, the likes of AK-47s, it's really awkward. Like, look at this AK right now. I think this AK looks amazing. I don't think we see many AKs with that much detail. But unfortunately, I also still think it's doomed, because I'm fairly confident we're going to be seeing a Chameleon AK-47 version 2 being accepted soon. In fact, today, there's actually a very decent chance we might have a Pirate AK-47. Yes, the Pirate collection could continue today. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Where are you? There you are. Yeah. The Pirate collection could potentially have an AK-47 today. And with the amount of sales that it's had, I would be surprised if it gets accepted. We keep seeing far too many AK-47 skins being accepted, but that's part of the Pirate collection, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if it gets accepted. Plus, it kind of looks pretty cool. And it's got a useful red tip. Yeah, so... yeah, awkward. Very, very, very awkward. But not surprising. So we might see this being accepted today. We might see the Chameleon AK-47 skin accepted next week. It don't stop. It just doesn't stop. So, yeah, there's a new Fire AK every week. And that is exactly the point. People aren't loyal to their AK-47 skins. They might gawk at that. They might sit there and say, oh, this is amazing. This is one of the best ever AK-47 skins ever made. I love it. I'm going to cherish it forever. And then next week, a brand new AK appears and like, oh my God, it's the best one ever. And they chuck that one away. Go on the Steam market, you. I'm tired of you. And they go buy the new one. Happens all the time, and this is why when you look at every single AK-47 that's come out this year, you'll notice the vast majority of them in the negative. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And this is why when there's a brand new AK that comes out, it's really, really got to stand out. I thought the likes of the Banana AK probably had a decent chance. Nope. But KSAR, it's bright, it's bright, it's pink, it's goofy. I don't think we're ever going to see anything like that ever again. Maybe next Halloween. No, not Halloween. Valentine's. Scary Valentines. That's a pretty cool idea. Anyway, yeah, I don't think we're going to see anything like that ever again. And Redemption is very popular, so half the reason why this is doing so well is because everybody greatly appreciates the Redemption collection, so that worked out alright for that. What's next? I don't know, but last year we had 27 AK-47 skins accepted. We've got like 14 Rust doors left for this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we surpass that. I reckon we'll do at least 28 AK-47 skins this year. And yeah, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, AK-47 skins always sell well. So why wouldn't Facepunch want to accept them? Hedge at 9:12 PM, take your break. No. People are convinced if I take a break, the Rust door rotation will happen. It's happened twice now for the past 2 weeks. I am not some weird lucky charm, alright? We don't have a bright orange AK, might as well get one for Halloween. Yeah, I mean, if you're a skin creator out there, go make us a goofy pumpkin AK. Might as well. Yeah, I mean, holiday themed skins tend to get a lot more allowance in regards to goofiness. That was the last time we had a glow-in-the-dark weapon, I believe. Well, more specifically an AK. Yeah. The last glow-in-the-dark AK have... the what? Okay. Not glow in the... sorry, I'm mumbling. Not glow-in-the-dark aim sight. I'm talking about literally the gun glows. What was it? We've had From Hell AK, and we had the chained one that came out like 2019, which nobody likes anymore. So, yeah, anyway. I think we're just rambling now. What we'll probably do is we'll just skip ahead, and we'll be surprised at what new skins we're going to see. So... here is the top picks. These are the skins that are most likely going to get picked today. So please consider going through all of that. Some skins I picked out earlier that I mentioned. Maybe you might see a continuation of the Capybara collection. Oh, it just rotated. Did it just literally rotate? Alright then. Come on then. No way did it just happen. It did. Right, okay then. So I guess we're going to click here, and the answer is, what new skins got rotated today? That don't help. Come on. I waited so long for this. Come on. It's not telling me. We don't know. It's rotated apparently, but it's not give us new skins. Oh, there we go. There we are. Oh, look, high quality metal tier 3. Ladybug. What? Okay, this is some random older skins. Oh, Adobe Door to get accepted. Another banana skin. A burrito bag. And a tugboat door. Okay, fair enough. We got some random skin. Oh, an M39. Oh, hello. 2019. Wow. Okay. Hey, look. An M39 that was submitted 4 years ago. 4 years plus. What the hell? I did say, don't be surprised if we see some random skins from a long time ago. Everybody here is a Ladybug enjoyer. Right? Everyone loves Ladybug, so that was 2 years ago. Complete the set still lives on. High Quality Metal Tier 3 was submitted back in June, and now we have High Quality Metal Clothing and Armour set to look forward to. Not Abyss Tier 2. Alright, so those were the random old skins. Oh, and Burrito Bag. Yep. A burrito that was made a year ago, and now you get to sleep in it. Ta-da! Okay. Complete this shit. Honestly, it's fine. So that is 10 skins. 10 skins today. And we have seen a continuation of that garage door. And I didn't even mention the black gold crossbow. Okay, fair enough. That's cool. That was invisible to me. I didn't even notice it. Okay, cool. So let's go do those buy orders on the regular skins. And we'll be back in a bit. So, back in a bit. Right, people, we're back. So, as you can see, Rustore has rotated 10 skins this week. I guess you can consider this being the new norm, but potentially, maybe every single week now, we're going to see 10 skins being accepted. And, you know, it's quite a variety. We've got clothing and armor skins. We've got deplorables. We've got weapons. I don't think you can be that mad. Well, I mean, you might not like burritos or bananas or ladybugs or tugboats, but either way. Anyway, moving on. Quickly, let's just go find out which of these skins is and isn't abnormal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I can confirm this is abnormal. 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 This isn't abnormal. This isn't abnormal. This isn't abnormal. This isn't abnormal. And this isn't abnormal. That would mean 5 skins this week are abnormal, and 5 skins this week aren't abnormal. And it's very easy to see because I can just sit here and say, these 5 skins, they are abnormal, and these 5 skins are not abnormal. Makes sense? All good? So 5 skins to chase after next week. All is good. let us now talk about those regular skins that just became marketable. Here we have the Knights Templar AR. It's got just under 1,000 requests to buy. And looking at the buy orders, I don't think this is going to be holding its price, unfortunately. We literally just had a brand new AK-47 accepted. And this is the unfortunate fate for all AK-47s. Far too many of them being accepted. There's always a new one. There's always a new AK-47 every other week. People aren't loyal to their AK-47s. It's doomed to probably end up around $10, even though it does look like a good skin. But, yep, it is what it is. So, what else is there to say? And then we have the Rainbow Pony Satchel. We've been questioning it quite a lot. Do people actually like to skin their satchel charges? Is it even worth it? Well, you can see buy orders early ending up at about 70 cents. So this doesn't look like it's going to retain that 99-cent price. I mean, it looks like it won't. I can't confirm 100% that it definitely will or won't, but by the looks of it, if there's no support to go anywhere near the price that it's sold for, it very likely might end up at about 80 cents or so. Maybe it might go lower. Maybe people don't actually want to keep these buy orders up if they end up buying a whole bunch. So, awkward, very awkward. Rainbow Pony collection is pretty big, and a lot of people do appreciate it, but when it comes to satchel charges. And then we, of course, have the banana leaf bandana. And the main criticism with this was you could just go ahead and buy a green bandana for like 10 cents. So that was awkward. It does have buy orders going all the way up to about 70 cents here in bulk. However, yeah, I don't know. Now, if we do see more banana leaf primitive skins being submitted and potentially accepted, things potentially might work out well for it, but at the moment, it definitely doesn't look like it's going to retain its value. So, it is a fair bit awkward. Stop talking about the catsuit. I will sort that out later. Unfortunately, my chat reached a challenge. They did 150 subs in a month, and at some point in the near future, I'm gonna have to wear a catsuit. So, yeah. Stop celebrating anyway. So with that, we have seen the new Rustore rotate. Surprised indeed with the random selection, but kind of not surprised. I was anticipating some random skins from the past. So what we can also point out, if we just go over to here, so this is the final sales, it seems. Do remember, there is a whole bunch of private accounts out there that probably bought a whole bunch of these skins. When they start selling theirs onto the Steam market or trading them away, you're gradually going to still see the likes of the estimated sales go up and up and up because of that in the future. However, it does look like Berserker Cloak did do pretty highly in terms of sales. The real question is, will these two skins hold up their value, and you know, the rest of these as well? Now, what's going to happen with this? It didn't sell that much, and it immediately got a continuation, but it's very themed around the Adobe building skin. We shall see. Let's now talk about the brand new skins right in front of us. So, like I said, it's quite a varied batch. We've got clothing and armor, we've got deplorables, we've got weapons. Shall we hop in and talk about them? Okay. High quality metal tier 3. So the face mask is selling quite a lot pretty quickly. This potentially will be a brand new collection to keep an eye out for, but we have seen these weapon skins being accepted earlier this year. So we have this back in May and these back in June. Quite a bit of a wait since then. I think Diaz has been doing other things recently anyway. So he actually stopped making high quality metal skins for a while, and then randomly tier 3 is accepted today. Submitted 2 months ago, and then it gets accepted today. So yeah, it is what it is. So, with that, by default, I care more about, are we going to immediately see the likes of Hoodie and Pants and Tier 2? It's the usual routine. It happens all the time. We see a random brand new core piece being accepted. Therefore, we can only really wait until we see confirmation that the skin creator intends to make more of them and whether they actually potentially get accepted. You know, today, we were hoping to see the likes of Abyss Tier 2. That didn't happen. Awkward, but it's fine. We might see it next week or the week after that. You never know. Maybe it's being held back for the likes of the September first Rustore rotation of the month. That's 2 weeks from now. So, yeah, that could happen. That could happen. Don't rule that out. So, yeah, either way, What we have to do now is keep an eye on the workshop. I say it all the time, but this is the answer. First up, we need to see if anyone's asked him, hey, are you going to make hoodie and pants or tier 2? So we need one brave person to stand up, go to the comment section and say, congratulations, will we see hoodie and pants or tier 2 being made anytime soon? And of course, we will also want to go ahead and wait until, this next Monday and see if he submits anything, because we're now on the lookout for if he's going to immediately make a brand new continuation. So this is abnormal. Personally, I don't feel the need to rush into buying it. I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to keep an eye on the workshop. If I see the likes of High Quality Metal hoodie and pants or tier 2 being submitted this upcoming weekend, all the better for this. It's, I feel a whole lot more safer investing towards it. But by default, I'm not going to rush into buying anything that's abnormal. So, yeah, I'm going to wait it out, see what support there is for this. If we get confirmation from them that they're definitely going to make some more clothing and armor skins for it, all the better. If we actually see it, even better. But, yeah, let's just kind of wait and see what potentially happens, all right? So, yeah. Is it appealing to you? That's another quick question. It is a bit odd. It is a bit odd. It's like they've got a weird, tooth problem. Well, maybe it'll look a lot better with the likes of hoodie and pants and a kilt and whatnot. So, okay, Voxer, you're way too late for that, mate. We're talking about the new skins now. Right, here we have the likes of the tugboat door. So, it blends in seamlessly with the tugboats. But how many of you are using a sheet metal door on your tugboats? Now, of course, you probably don't immediately have access to be able to make or already currently have single armor doors. Fair enough. But for a sheet metal door right here, that's a pretty cool looking option. How it blends in ever so nice, exactly like that. Do people like that? Do people appreciate that? So, yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of this, pretty cool, but I am still a fair bit concerned. It's a sheet metal door. This also isn't abnormal. Now you might be sitting there and saying, well, what's so concerning? We've had a lot of sheet metal doors being accepted, especially over these past few years. As you can see, so far this year, we have had 17. And then you look at most of them and they're all in a negative. Oh dear, what's happened? Well, this is what happens when you have far too many skins being accepted for the item. And it happened last year as well. By the end of last year, we had 25 sheet metal doors. And what we have right here is another potential problem, because this week we had 2 sheet metal doors being accepted. So, yeah, even Capybara doors struggling a fair bit now. That's not looking too good. Sheet metal doors, by default, tend to not be very good investments. Now, if you can figure out a decent price to offer, there's still a potential profit to be made. But right now, even though it blends in very seamlessly with the likes of that tugboat, I still don't feel 100% comfortable putting money towards this. So I am a little bit concerned. Yeah. I think I'm going to wait this out, look at the sales, and figure out what potential buy order I want to do when it appears. I might just end up sticking with a buy order. If I quickly go over to here, I have made mention of this. I probably mentioned it earlier. I've got to mention it again. In this video, I really, really stressed the point that you've really got to keep in check with your buy orders at the moment. Because with all these prices expected to go down, you're going to get randomly dumped on. Someone's just going to unload all of their stock onto you, and you're going to end up spending like $50 on a whole batch of skins. So, please keep this in mind. Maybe it's just best for the next few months now we only do buy orders. We shall see. Burrito bag. This is probably one of the most creative sleeping bags we've ever had. Even on Christmas skins, yeah, because Christmas skins do still reach a low point around towards the end of October. But then, quite literally, when November hits, Mr. Voxer, it suddenly all just spikes in demand, spikes in price, because November's very close to December, and of course, December is the perfect time for Christmas skins. But I'm not worried about that right now. I'm worried about this burrito bag. So, it's a burrito. Quite literally. I don't think we've ever had a sleeping bag like this that was food. No, I think this is a first. I think we've had like chocolate, but it was like a chocolate wrap. So, yeah, this is completely unique. This is special in its own way. First of all, who likes burritos, chat? Who likes burritos? Like, I'm pretty sure Diva Dan just had a very goofy idea, and he thought, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And he made it, and it wasn't accepted initially. Unlucky. But then a year later, it's randomly accepted now. Hooray! So, I don't know. I think a lot of people will find this goofy. Maybe a lot of people probably won't like it. Maybe a lot of people are upset that this was accepted. They think it's too goofy, potentially. Maybe someone just wants a giant burrito all for themselves. It's abnormal. I don't need to rush into buying it. This is weird. This is weird. It is weird. I don't know. Look, if you're not 100% confident in something, just stick with a buy order. It very likely won't be retaining its value. And then, therefore, if you put a fairly decent price down, you'll still be able to pick it up at a decent price. We could still potentially sell it for a profit. I can see a lot of people appreciating this as being a goofy skin that they'd want. I could also see quite a lot of people not exactly caring too much about it. But with the fact that it's abnormal, we can use that to our advantage. We don't need to rush into buying it. Leave it for now. Keep an eye on the sales. Wednesday night / Thursday morning, depending where you are in the world, we'll be doing our abnormal buy orders, and we'll figure out prices to offer for this, and then we'll attack it, and then we'll see what happens afterwards. Will it have support to consider where it's probably a good idea to jump in and potentially buy it afterwards? We shall see. But at the moment, I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to do my buy orders first, then make a decision. Pirate AK-47. Right, this is a funny one, because of course it's part of the Pirate Collection, and Pirate Collection overall definitely had a lot of demand. Pirate Collection has sold very, very nicely. I don't imagine this Pirate AK-47 is going to be doing 50,000 sales like the rest of these skins. Fair enough. But when you look at it, you know how we made the joke that Pirate Collection was a budget blackout collection? Would you look at the likes of this Pirate AK-47 and say, that's a budget blackout AK-47? Is it? I don't know. You tell me. Of course, you got all the white paint and whatnot. You got the skull on the side, useful red tip and whatnot. Now, when you aim down the sight, what does it look like? You got X marks the spot. Pretty cool. Red tip there. It's perfectly fine for what it is. It perfectly accompanies the Pirate Collection that you bought. And I'm thinking a lot of people do like the Pirate Collection. There's, no wonder it sold so much. But let's just take a look at all of the AK-47s, and we did this earlier, didn't we? We've had plenty of other black-coloured, black-themed AK-47s in the past. Does this necessarily mean it's not that special, or does the collection make it special? We did talk about this earlier. Redemption AK, that's doing alright, but it's part of a well-in-demand Redemption collection. Kiss AR, very unique in that it's bright, it's pink, and we very likely won't ever see another AK like that. So that's doing alright. But when you look at all of these other ones, they're not doing too good. They don't really stand out very nicely, do they? Now, first of all, how's that blackout AK-47 looking like? Let's just quickly go find that. In fact, if anything, it's probably one of the highest selling ones. So, highest price. Okay, up. Where is it? Is it like $8 at the moment? It's usually around there. So, higher. There he is. Oh, it's 14 now. Whoa. So, it was a bit of a joke. But do you see this Pirate AK being the budget version of this? I feel silly for even saying it, but you tell me. Red tip, useful, helpful. There's no X marks the spot. Take it away. Hey, you tell me. You tell me. Now, maybe it won't do super great in terms of, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if we see the Chameleon AK-47 being accepted literally next week. Like, that very much could be a very good contender for a skin being accepted next week. And I think a lot of people will be appreciating that if it gets accepted, which could take away all the attention and the thunder from this Pirate AK-47. So knowing that, I'm concerned. I am concerned. So I'm going to leave it for now. I'm going to leave it till Wednesday, make a decision then, and I might just probably end up doing a buy order. I will have to think more on it. I'll have to keep an eye on the sales. So, yeah, we'll leave it for now. I don't imagine it's going to be doing 50,000 sales for that AK. Spooket. Right, Kevlar M39. A very, very, very random skin to see. It was made 4 years ago. The skin creator, Mr. Tony Yair, he hasn't made a skin in 4 years. I'm not joking. He was very, very, very prevalent in the past. As you can see, plenty of skins accepted in 2017, plenty of skins accepted in 2018, plenty of skins accepted in 2019. Bit of a gap. 2023, hooray! But here's the funny thing. As I said, if you go take a look at his workshop, the last skin he made was in June of 2019. This guy hasn't made the skin in 4 years. So if you're wondering, oh, this M39 looks pretty cool, I hope it turns into a collection. About that, I don't know. I don't think that's probably going to happen. So he's going to get a very weird like text message or email saying, hey, you've just earned a lot of money. And he's like, what? So maybe he might feel motivated to make a return. Maybe he's already messaged. Has he said anything? Well, no, not for a long time. Maybe we'll see him return and say hello again. Congratulations, Tony. It's a pretty cool looking skin. I know a lot of people will be appreciating this old school type of design. It's not flashy, it's not silly, but it's perfect for what it is. Kind of reminds me of Polymer a little bit. You know the Polymer collection, don't you? So there's a little GIF there to get a good look at that. Very nice, very cool. Do we have an aim down the sight image? That would be nice. Oh, there we go, perfect. And the colour of the tip is, it's just normal black. Okay, so, M39s. This is a funny one. How often are you actually using your M39s? We can normally figure these things out when we take a look at all the skins. Okay, so quite a lot of them actually doing quite alright, but we haven't seen many of them being accepted. So let me just quickly point this out, alright? We've had this discussion before when the Bombshell M39 came out. Let me show you how the Bombshell M39 has been behaving on the Steam market. This sold for $2 on the Steam market when it first appeared. This had to be accepted because it was a Bombshell skin, TGG. You probably understand all of that. Now, yeah, look at that. Look at that. It went immediately down. Oh, post-Christmas went up. All right, post-Christmas over, went down. Okay, cool, yeah. Oh, went up a fair bit recently. Now, is this because of a sheer lack of quantity? 55 quantity on the Steam market is fairly low. Maybe it was bought out simply because there was no other option. Probably. But we do now have this cheap and, well, it's not exactly $2. Okay, this is now the cheapest M39. And with it being a Rust store, it's probably going to sell maybe 15,000 at the very least. Yep. But we don't see many of these being accepted. I'm not 100% confident if I actually want to jump in on this. It's a good looking skin. Remember, if you like the skin, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators. But I am looking at this with the financial perspective. I don't want to rush into buying this. I want to keep an eye on it first. I want to see how many sales. If this does more sales than the Bombshell M39, I am going to be concerned. And I know that Bombshell M39 went pretty cheap. Alright? So awkward. Oh no, I'm going to leave that, alright? Because I've been burned on M39 skins before. I bought quite a lot of those Bombshells. It was all on buy order day, so yeah. It's nice to see, and hey, very random to see this happen, but still, I'm a fair bit concerned. Sorry. I'm still a fair bit concerned about what might potentially go wrong with it. So I'm going to move on. Black gold crossbow. First thing, abnormal, useful. Now, this is a very nice, shiny, crisp-looking crossbow. Quite expensive. It's the most expensive crossbow to be released this year. It's got a fairly decent gold. Well, that's a bit of an awkward image. We don't have a good one, do we? Right. What about that last image? That's probably the best we're going to get. Okay, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not exactly super flashy. And do you expect super flashy for a more expensive crossbow skin? That's definitely something to consider. Do other people mainly expect to see something super flashy and super in your face if they're going to spend about $3? Right. So this is abnormal. We don't need to rush into buying this. We can use the abnormal time to our advantage. We could do the buy orders first when the abnormal buy orders appear. We can look at the support afterwards, and then we can make a decision. Now, in terms of crossbows, by default, we don't see these go super cheap. In fact, these actually tend to reliably hold up their value to a point. They don't go. They don't really go below $1 that much. Now, for this particular crossbow, I don't imagine this would go down too low. If it does go down, when it's part of a well-established collection, this of course being part of the Black Gold collection, they tend to reasonably retain their value to a point. Dragon Rage crossbow, for example, wasn't exactly doing the best for a while, but it isn't exactly doomed. It's only down by 4%, so that seems to be holding up okay. Last year, we did have the likes of the Comics crossbow, but, you know, that's pure white, and I'm pretty sure people like it in the likes of the snowy environment and whatnot. Crossbow from Hell Glows in the Dark, so I kind of don't want to really bring that one up. Yeah, I mean, No Mercy crossbow still suffers a fair bit, and then when times are good, it goes up a fair bit. Maybe this is just going to be going up and down. Crossbows do tend to be like that. It might be pretty bad in the lead up to Christmas, but then like post-Christmas suddenly everybody wants it. Very likely could happen, you know. Black Gold skins aren't exactly always 100% good. As you can see here, Black Gold Double Barrel Shotgun was accepted fairly recently. Not exactly doing super good at the moment. But then, you know, the M249 slightly down, the Custom SMG slightly down. AK's even down. At one point, this was selling for $10. Now it sells for $2.62. MP5 down, LF down. But then again, these two could be attributed due to the fact that people just don't like using them that much. Look at the Thompson, he's beloved. SAR, he's beloved. Revolver, he's loved. SAP, he's beloved. So, yeah. It's going to be a question of... Let's just keep an eye on the sales. And then we'll figure out a price to offer on Wednesday. And after the buy orders, we'll look at it and make a decision. It's awkward. I know we do like using our crossbows. But there's already a whole bunch of very nice, colourful crossbows out there that you could probably buy for $3 instead. You know, you could get the crossbow, Comics crossbow if you want that. You could get the likes of the Quarantine crossbow of all of its weird, like, gunk all over it. You could instead get the likes of, if you pay a little bit more, you could get the Abyss crossbow. You could get the Retro Wave crossbow. You could get the One-Shot crossbow. You could get the Rainbow Pony crossbow. So, there's definitely other options out there. And that's what this has to compete with. So let's just leave it for now. Abnormal. We'll take our time. We'll figure it out. Ladybug cosplay boots. Now, I did bring this up to my chat earlier. There's a very weird story behind the Tier 3 armor, if you were around back then, with a Twitter account asking about their son. I won't go too much into it, but basically, last year we very randomly had a Twitter account basically asking, oh, my son loves ladybugs and whatnot, and Facepunch noticed it, and they got this accepted in the the next Rust store. Questionable if that lady was even a real person. We'll move on that, because like it's always been a bit of a mystery. Was she even real, or was it just like a big manipulation by a whole bunch of people to try and get more ladybug skins accepted? Who knows? But nothing was influencing this being accepted today. It was just purely by the choice of Facepunch. They just wanted to see some more ladybug cosplay. Very nice. So by default, you can immediately notice Tier 2 was never accepted. But do you think Emilio Frito might be making some more Ladybug Tier 2? Do you reckon he'll do a version 2 attempt? Do you reckon we could potentially see Ladybug Tier 2 on the horizon and being accepted, and then we have a full set of Ladybug? That's something to consider. Because with this being accepted, if I go to the front page of the Steam Market right now, and quick refresh, Ladybug cosplay pants. So we are seeing a spike in demand for the Ladybug collection, it seems, all because some pants are accepted. Do you reckon we will see version 2 of this being submitted? Do you reckon that will potentially be accepted? Do you reckon we might potentially see a full set of Ladybug cosplay finally being complete? It's definitely something to question. Now, by default, those are some very goofy looking boots. And if you were to take a look at all of the boots that exist, I think this is the only red pair that we have. You might see... Oh, no, we got Corrupted. But Corrupted sells for $2. And then we do have Road Romeo. That sells for $1.35. I think it might be doing all right. Did we ever get that B cosplay? Yeah, we did. And that sells for $3.58. B cosplay, also made by Emilio Frito. He can't be stopped. He will make sure every single animal has an animal set in Rust. Look, I don't imagine this is going to get that many sales, but I also could I could also assume there's some positives for this potentially, and by default, most boots don't actually suffer that much. it might be a sneaky dark horse investment, but I probably wouldn't put all my money towards it. Let's just put it that way. So we'll look at that on Wednesday and we'll make a decision. Because that right there might be something that just so happens to retain its value and do a fair bit better as time goes on. Like I said, will Emilio Frito feel reinvigorated and make another version 2 for his tier 2? Or will he commit to making some more chameleon weapon skins version 2? He's got a lot. He has got a lot on his plate. I told you, he's got a lot of collections, and I'm finding it really funny that we saw another one of his collections getting acceptance today. Hey, it is what it is. So, keep an eye on that one. Adobe Decorative Door. So funny. Vlek quite literally had 2 Adobe deployable skins being accepted back to back. So he got that accepted, and then he got that accepted. Cool, very nice. Bit random. Do you reckon he's going to make another one this weekend? Because this was an early pick. Let me just point out, we had a lot of very old picks. We had some typical picks, as you can see here, here. And then we got the one early pick. So if you just want to understand this, an early pick is a skin submission that happened literally the most recent previous weekend. So if you have seen my Rust Workshop skin checks, if I just keep scrolling down here, there we go, haha, yeah, this is why we had to keep an eye on these just in case, because sometimes we do see quite a lot of early picks. So out of all the possible options for the Adobe doors, it's the one that was simply glow in the dark. That was the one that was accepted. So yeah, what happens now? Because quite literally, yeah, that's only going to be wanted to be used on one specific type of well, it's purely to be used with Adobe, technically speaking. You could just use it for any random door, on any random wall, but I feel like the main intention is to be used, be used with Adobe. And how many of you actually own and use Adobe? Because I'm pretty sure you're all brick enjoyers at the moment. Yeah, and I did bring this question up earlier. What if Face Punch turn around and put a discount on their building skins? You're all bricked up, are you? Maybe this hardly sells anything again, exactly like that garage door. But even SCMM doesn't really notice it as being part of a collection. So I will just quickly reiterate, the garage door that we literally had on sale on the previous Rust door, that new sheet metal door is a continuation. But what would you even call the collection? Is it Adobe? But there's other Adobe skins that were made by other skin creators. Now it's weird. Now it's odd. So, yeah. It's abnormal. I'm not super invested into sheet metal doors. And with the amount of sheet metal doors that we've had accepted very recently, I'm speaking in like the past 8 weeks. Let's just get this correct. In the past 8 weeks... No, it's like the past month, isn't it? Yeah, I meant to say the past month. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. We've had 4 skins in the past 4 weeks. That's a little bit excessive, but mainly due to the fact that we had 2 accepted today. So I'm a little bit concerned with sheet metal doors by default, because, you know, down 18, down 57, down 66, down 46, down 44, down 41. And the original Adobe door, isn't exactly doing super good. That did sell like 25,000, so... Plus, this literally only came out the very second Adobe first came out. Fair enough. There was, of course, going to be more sales for that. This is probably only going to do about 11 to 12,000 sales, exactly like the garage door. Especially with all of these other skins that came out this week. So, hey, this might actually be potentially an investment of sorts. But I think people won't be buying it that much simply because they don't desire it that much. It's abnormal. We can leave it for now and worry about it in the future. Yep, let's just leave it for Wednesday. And then we have the Banana LR300. Mr. Debsky and PYH are very successful recently with the likes of all of their banana skins being accepted. And there is a special something on the horizon. You know how we've got a brand new collection started today with clothing and armour, that being high quality metal? Look what was submitted this past weekend. Do you reckon it's going to happen? Do you reckon Banana Tier 2 will be accepted at some point this year? Or maybe next year to complete the set. No, but we're going to dress up as bananas, aren't we? Are you prepared? Do you have enough potassium levels to be able to endure this? Look, I can't guarantee if that's going to be accepted. It's so stupid. Listen, if that were to be accepted, I think there could potentially be a bit of a positive spin on the likes of all the weapons and whatnot. Actually, do you know what? We can test this out. We didn't see that today. That's unfortunate. Have more quantity appeared in the Steam market now? Did people give up on it? Yeah, I don't know. But hey, look, high quality metal. So when the very second we saw the Rust Store Rotate, I looked at these and I made a quick point that maybe we'll see these getting bought out. So 38, 76, 100. Have people reacted? Are people jumping in and buying into these high quality metal weapons? The answer is refresh. 38, 76. Oh, yes. Yes, they are. Oh. So, do you reckon simply with a armor set being accepted, will we see the likes of all of these banana skins having a spike in demand, spike in price? Because, of course, that will greatly influence the decision we make on the likes of this banana LR300. But what you can also see is, whilst the banana skins have been quite prevalent in terms of being accepted, they haven't exactly been doing super great. It's awkward, and that's an LR300, and people don't really like using LR300s that much at the moment. That's unfortunate, but we've got to be aware of that. And with that, if people don't really want to use the weapon that much, where is the justification to have a skin for it? And therefore, low gun demand, low demand for the skins equals lower skin prices. I'm not looking forward to the price of this skin. It's very likely going to be a 70 cent to 90 cent situation. But if we do, on the horizon, see this potentially being accepted, basically with what we saw today, you know, high quality metal tier 3 was accepted, people have jumped in and bought into some of these weapons and whatnot. Could we see all the banana skins go up in price if that were to happen? It's something you're going to have to think about. But by default, 70 cent to 90 cent for that LR Nana. And that is all the skins this week, isn't it? Banana is the new pizza set. See, even then, if the pizza tier 2 is accepted, it would still jump in demand and spike in price. You can judge pizza set all you want. It doesn't matter. If a new core piece is accepted, all the pre-existing skins will still spike in demand and spike in price. It is what it is. And, oh, I've been receiving... Yeah, TDG's probably uploaded this video. And Master Trackma, thank you very much for that, sir. Yep, so I've got all my thumbnails all prepared and ready now. That's very nice. That's very cool. So, yeah, chat, do you have any questions? Is there anything on your mind right now? Feel free to... you know, take the time and speak. So by default, I will just quickly sit here and say, I expect next week to be very similar, in that I think it's going to be a very nice random batch of skins, exactly like this, in terms of also early picks, typical picks, and some random old picks as well. I think that's going to happen for August as well. I don't know if it's going to continue on to September. Yes, please be aware, next week is still August, so August 31st. So we're not having a patch for another 2 weeks. Hooray! So please be aware of that. Yeah, 5 Rust Store rotations in August. Aren't you lucky? So, yeah. So what else is there that we could probably bring up? Oh yeah, I never brought up this today, did I? So you probably aren't all fully aware, but you know how this first became marketable last week? Well, a lot of sales happened last week as well, didn't there? Didn't they? Sorry. And with so many sales that happened last week, all those people that bought them last week are now able to sell these again. So what we've actually seen recently is, well, you know what? Let's just quickly refresh this, just to be 100% sure. Maybe an extra sale or two happened. We saw the price actually go down a fair bit. Now, is this what the actual price is now? I don't really want to say that, but do you see how for the past week it's just kind of been settled at around $300? Well, last night people saw the opportunity to quickly grab a quick sale, as in some people sold to the highest buy order because some people bought these for like $30 each, and you might have noticed the price has gone down to about $100. Now these are sales. At the moment the listings are still around $200, but with what we just saw, it might potentially be going down in price now. There is also the issue in-game. When you take this in-game, it shows itself as the version 2 revolver with the white wrap. Maybe this might get fixed in the September patch, but as of now, unfortunately, technically speaking, this is bugged. It looks like the normal white revolver when it should be the black wrap. So, yeah. Okay, so, yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything else to say. Not surprised to see some of these skins on the front page. As you can see, Ladybug. High quality metal star. Oh, there's hardly any of those that exist. Wow. Let's get a quick look at that. So you're now selling for about $1.60 each? Yes, you are. But even then, there's still quite a lot below $2. But remember, when something has hardly any quantity, it can rebound in price pretty easily. Maybe this just gets all bought out and suddenly it sells for like $4 each. It could happen. But, yeah, doesn't look like that's really been doing anything for a long time. Okay, right. These people want me to go buy catsuit now. See, this is what happens when you let your chat decide the challenges that they do when they have to do all the subscriptions. In all fairness, you did do 150 subs, so thank you very much for all the support, people. And thank you to all the people on YouTube that have been supporting me, and same thank you and whatnot. I get a lot of people now just hopping in, and their first ever message is like, oh, hey, Hedge, thank you very much for your videos, I've learned a lot and whatnot. And you know what? That's very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you to all of you. Thank you all for, like, listening to all of my rambles and whatnot. So, it's very nice. But I'll be honest with you, for this week, as a whole, I think this predictions video today is going to be very short. I think it's going to be very, very short, to be honest. I am not fully confident in much of these. It's awkward. Very awkward. I'm the goat. I don't eat cans and grass and whatever. Stop saying meow. No more meow. No. Oh, it's only going to get so much worse. And I'll be honest with you. Look, I'm on stream 980. I'm almost at stream 1000. We're probably going to do something special for that. Keep your eyes open. Maybe I have to do like an announcement video or something. It's probably just be some giveaways. People want me to play Getting Over It as well, so maybe I'll do some sort of incentive where if I fail a lot or whatever, I have to do a big giveaway. So I'm talking like a lot of skins and whatnot. So keep your eyes open or your ears open. I don't know. Twerking. I need to get a new chat. What happened to you people? Anyway, I'll go buy a catsuit now. So I hope you have a lovely weekend. Keep an eye on the workshop, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what appears, and we'll be amazed with the next week's batch of skins as well. Catsuit for the 1K stream. Probably, yeah. Probably. Thank you all for watching me. Have a lovely time, and I'll see you all later. See you and goodbye.